Hello and welcome. Chris from Missouri here, bringing you another video about vintage baseball cards. But in this video, I'm gonna kind of turn that around a little bit, and I'm really bringing you a video to show you some sports memorabilia stuff that I have picked up and that I ran into over the weekend, and I'm going to tell you the story. And the story kind of goes like this: This past weekend, I conned my friend Mauricio that sets up with me at card shows, and another YouTuber named STL Puckhead, Billy, to go with me to look at a collection of baseball bats. Now, if you recall in some of my earlier videos, and if you haven't, go take a peek. And it's called the State Fair Find 1 and State Fair Find 2. And in those videos, you'll hear me complain about picking up 90 autographed basketballs to put in my baseball card collection. And I call it the State Fair Find because as I was picking up these cards or picking up these basketballs from a collector, I got to pick up some baseball cards, including some rookie cards that I'm going to come back and talk to you about. So just to tell you about this guy that I picked up the cards from, his name's Tyler, and he lives in Sedalia, hence State Fair Find, because that's where the Missouri State Fair is every year. And he had these 95 basketballs for sale that he inherited from his grandfather. And he told me that he inherited 800 autographed bats along with 400 autographed baseballs. But he wasn't quite ready to part from the baseballs yet, and the bats, he didn't have a full handle and a control on where everything was. But I received a call from Tyler, and Tyler and I talked, and he wasn't a baseball card collector when I first met him in October. But he has since watched some videos and has become friends, or not friends, but he watches my videos. He watches Don Field of Dreams videos and some other stuff. And anyway, it's kind of unique because now he collects baseball cards in their rookie year. Now he collects other stuff. He has an incredible wrestling figurine collection, and his comic book collection is just super great and organized and stuff. But now he's kind of fallen in love with baseball cards, and that's great. And I think it's because of the YouTube community. But now he told me that he's ready to do something with these bats. And remember, I said he had 800 of them. So I got those two clowns of mine, Mauricio and Billy, to go with me, and I conned them into kind of spending the day. And we met Tyler at a location that he had the bats stored. Now, he did not have all the bats there. When I say he didn't have all the bats there, he had 780 of them there, but 20 of them, of the better ones, I had seen already, and they were at his house. And he didn't know exactly what he wanted to do with them, except he knew he wanted to get rid of most of them because, I mean, 800 bats. Can you imagine how you would store 800 bats? And when we showed up, he had them organized, and his grandfather had them organized about 20 per box, and he had them in these boxes, but he had them all in tubes, and almost all of them had some form of certificate of authenticity to them. And so we kind of talked a little bit about what the plans were, and I didn't want to buy. I called Don Field of Dreams, a buddy of mine, on here, and he's going to come up later on in the conversation, but he said, don't buy 800 bats. You're not going to be able to move them. Just think of those balls that you have, that you've only moved 5 of them so far. And I don't sell many baseball cards, but when I do sell baseball cards, I sell duplicates. And I'm not really a memorabilia salesperson, but I'm kind of am now. I showed up with the idea that maybe I'm going to trade some of my rookie card that I had doubles of to Tyler in exchange for a few bats that I don't have. And I don't have any bats. I have a Cal Ripken bat and a Wade Boggs bat, but neither one of them are autographed, and they're just they're just bats that a wooden bat league that a chance that I got to play. I picked up those. But so anyway, Maurice and Bill started getting out the bats and opening up the boxes, and we had a list of who he thought was in there. And what I was going to do, and what I did, was I'm going to trade some of my rookie cards to get about half dozen bats on my own. And then I talked to Tyler, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of these bats and I'm going to bring them to a card show and kind of set up and be the point of contact to help him sell the bats. And he wants to turn those bats into rookie baseball cards, and then also some cash, so he can justify all this with his wife. And I just thought that was a really cool idea because I'm not really out anything except my time. And Billy said it best Saturday when we were over there that, wow, I'm having a pretty good day. Who thought I would have 800 bats go through my hands? And we started working, and we decided we brought home 16 bats of Tyler's, and I just wanted to show a couple bats tonight that we got. Now some of the names that we picked up, that I brought home, but he's got. I didn't bring these home, but he has Ted Williams and Joe DiMaggio and Mickey Mantle and Yogi Berra and stuff. But I brought home a Cal Ripken, a Reggie Jackson, a Phil Rizzuto, a Chipper Jones, a Muhammad Ali, a Michael Jordan, Albert Pujols, Minnie Minoso, Duke Snider, Eddie Matthews, Tom Seaver, Thurman Munson, Bo Jackson, Cool Papa Bell, and Ray Dandridge. And then I brought home a Brooklyn Dodgers bat with a certificate of authenticity that says 1957 Brooklyn Dodgers. That does not have the Jackie Robinson on the bat, but it's still a really neat bat. It's got Roy Campanella on there and Don Drysdale, and it's got a few of them like that. But anyway, I want to show you. I'm going to turn this around, and I'm going to show you a couple of the bats. And I'm kind of there's one. I got the reason I'm showing these is because Don Field of Dreams. If you haven't seen his latest video, he does a video on a series that he started a year ago where he talked about Negro League players that made it that played in the Negro Leagues, that made it to the major leagues, but it's not your heralded ones. He doesn't do the Satchel Paige and stuff. He did one on Gene Baker and just stuff like that. And so this is kind of why I wanted to show these two bats and just tell you about my trip this past weekend. So I'm going to turn this camera around and show you this first bat. So I'm going to move this. But on this first bat that I'm going to show you, it has some incredible stars. You can see double duty Ratliff. It has Bubba Hyde, Josh Johnson, Buck O'Neil, Ray Dandridge. It's just a beautiful signed bat. It's not a game used bat. It's a Louisville Slugger. They got a Negro League bat. And it's signed by players that played on the Memphis Red Sox from 1936 to 1956. And this is one of the few bats that did not have a certificate of authenticity. But what it did have was this little letter from eBay. And it sold in 2017. And let me read you what this says. It says, this is once-in-a-lifetime auction on this team-signed Negro League bat. Signed by the great ones, Buck O'Neil, Verdell Mathis, Lee Moody, Cohen Buff Hyde, Bill Beverly, Joe Hartman, Bobby Robinson, Joe B. Scott, Double Duty Ratcliffe, Josh Johnson. And it says they were great players, and they signed this bat. This is a rare find. All signatures are 100% authentic. Come with a protective sleeve. Bat is in mint condition. You cannot let this one once in a lifetime collectible get away. And it's dated. It's eBay, and it's got the item number, and it's got the date, and so anyway, I just thought that was really cool, and I wanted to show this. And this is one that he's going to have for sale. And the other one that I really wanted to show is a guy that played. I kind of think so. Don is from Pittsburgh, and this is a game-used bat. It's Georgia Cracker. If it's a company that made bats in Athens, Georgia, in the 20s and 30s, and this is signed. Now that's hard signature to see, but I promise you it's on there. It's right here, and if you can see it, that's Cool Papa Bell. And so it is neat holding in my hands a bat that was used by a Negro League player and a Major League Baseball Hall of Famer. And it comes with a certificate of authenticity that's old, and it's not JSA, but it was signed August 17th, 1989. And Cool Papa Bell died in 1991. And there's another autograph right on there of Cool Papa Bell. And also inside the back cover, and I'm not taking it out of the plastic because it's hard to see, but there's another autographed card of Cool Papa Bell. And I just think that's just super. There's all kinds of stories about Cool Papa Bell. He started out as a knuckleball pitcher when he was younger, and they convinced him to move to the outfield because his arm wasn't so strong for a pitcher. He actually threw a knuckleball mainly. But he converted to center field, and there's stories about how fast he was. And I think Satchel Paige talks about him being so fast that he could, flip the light switch and be in the bed and covered up before the room turned dark. And there's all kinds of stories of that. But anyway, it's kind of neat to hear that Tyler is becoming a Rookie Hall of Fame collector. It's kind of neat that he, by doing all this stuff, he's now watches YouTube on a regular basis, and we need those people in this hobby as well. People that watch and keep us and keep talking to us and just watching our stuff, and it makes me keep going. And I'm having so much fun doing videos on stuff, but meeting guys like Tyler and getting to hang out with Mauricio and Billy on a Saturday looking at autographed baseball bats. Doesn't get much better than that. Now guys, remember, it's just a hobby. Collect what you like.